All right, so it looks like we booked ourselves a little ride on an electric taxi here that gives us a nice hour-long tour of the city that we're in here in Phu Quoc. Yeah, they're gonna show open air stroll all around the city to check out any special scenery that may arise. It looks like this is the common walking area of the strip. The beach is right behind it, so there's a lot of storefronts with restaurants and hotels and just all sorts of different things. You can definitely see the sea breeze in here. Nice little saltiness in the air. So it looks like my daughter decided she wants to sit up front. She didn't like her aunt as her fellow passenger back here, so she wanted to sit up front with the driver instead. Yeah, nice sea breeze, good temperature, very cool. Feels like free air conditioning. It's kind of hot, but you know, feels like free air conditioning. These open air taxis that kind of just shuttle tourists back and forth all around, giving them a nice view of like all the different amenities, restaurants, seafood offering. During the day when the taxi ride was here, it kind of was empty. A lot of places were kind of dark. We don't know what they are or what they do. And then at night, they transform themselves into the night scene they are. Serving tourists at night, people eating, drinking, walking around. This is the prime time for them. So this is where most of them would operate. Oh, look at the little food center right there next to a hotel. Definitely a nice lit up environment. Then fine. So this is a Monday, so I can't imagine on the weekend how full it is. Probably with a lot more Vietnamese tourists. They typically come during the weekend, during Friday, Saturday, Sunday to party a little bit. So this is on a Monday we're here, so I'm sure there's just a lot more international tourists that's kind of checking out the scene and less local tourists from Vietnam. Usually from Ho Chi Minh City, they just catch a flight out here. It takes about 50 minutes. And they're here, so I would imagine the weekends always a lot more lively and has a lot more bigger crowd. You know, one day maybe we can film and we'll be here for the weekend. But this time, you know, kind of family environment and just kind of catching a more relaxed pace. So Monday is the way I chose to film this one. Yeah,
cắn đi nó lựa thịt không à không cắn cắn
Somebody's having fun. Somebody's enjoying the nice breeze and wind, open air. Feels like a fan just blowing on your face. Very cool because usually it gets quite hot here, so sometimes you're really sweating, especially when I was eating at the restaurant. I could still sweat a little bit, even though they have really good fans in there. But you can still feel it was hot. But this one, you feel like you're in air conditioning. So definitely worth a ride in one of these taxis if you ever have a chance to visit Phu Quoc. Just to drive you around. Okay, so we just passed the night market again, and we're back into the inner part of the city where more locals are. These are the businesses that kind of serves the communities, coffee shops, kind of Vietnamese-centered eating and places. Less tourists, but just more for the locals. Kind of the people that lives here. This is the place where they spend their nights and do their business. Buying and selling and everything. As you can see, there's a lot less tourists in here. More Vietnamese, just living every day, going out about their daily routines. That's a karaoke bar. The Vietnamese, they love their karaoke bars. Every karaoke bar tries to be bigger, brighter, taller, golden, more golden looking. See? Vietnamese restaurants where a lot of locals come to eat. I don't think a lot of tourists make it too far from the beach. Here we are, just more of the same. This is around the markets, the local market here, I believe. And just one big circle, and we'll end up back in our hotel. So this is the more Vietnamese local area where a lot of people just carry on their everyday life here in the island. So this bridge, I believe, crosses the river that leads out to the ocean. Pretty nice bridge. Ooh, on the other side is the Bang Rivers. Usually when you go to any tourist place in Vietnam, there's always two fronts. There's the beachfront where you'll see the more international development, and then on the inner part of it, just a couple streets adjacent, you'll see the more local development where locals who live and work here, they develop too. And usually it's not too far away from the beachfront. All you have to do is just go a couple adjacent streets in, and you'll see how the everyday Vietnamese kind of live and carry on their daily life. Okay, so here we are at another bridge. Down there is the fish market, apparently. Our taxi driver kindly informed us that, in the morning there'll be a lot of different vendors selling different fishes. As you can see, is another bridge with a lot of boats parked next to it, so they probably load and unload their catches straight to the market. So I can expect that 8 o'clock tomorrow morning there'll be a lot of seafood there. So we'll take a chance to walk over from our hotel and to film some very nice fishes. Alright, and here we are back to the beachfront, right at the edge of the river meets ocean. A lot of park boats right here. This is a Vietnamese park where a lot of children come out and play. So this is a little bit more of a local scene, as they call it, a local scene where the community has a park next to their markets and different things. And here's the ocean front. Yeah, every time I go to Vietnam, I love to go to little parks like this next to the river. And that's where a lot of the community kind of gather, kind of let off some stress and steam from their busy work lives, and they kind of just enjoy themselves for the night before go to bed and go to work again tomorrow. So okay. So it looks like we're making one big circle back to our hotel now. Ocean's one side, river's the other side, and our hotel, I believe, is right here. So yeah, that was a very nice tour of the city. We've got to thank our taxi driver. He's a very informative guy, very easygoing, and just really glad to show some tourists around. So we're really happy that we took on this trip tonight. All right, here we are at the door.